How y'all doing, fam? This is Chris Rod with Media TV. I'm gonna be dropping this video about the cities where African Americans are doing the best economically in 2018. The article says by Joel Kotkin and Wendell Cox. Says the 2007 housing crisis was particularly tough on African Americans as well as Hispanics, extinguishing much of their already minuscule wealth. Industrial layoffs, particularly in the Midwest, made things worse. And it said, however, the rising economic tide of the past few years has started to lift more boats. The African American unemployment rate fell to 6.8 in December, the lowest level since the government started keeping tabs in 1972, although that's 3.1 percentage points worse than whites. The gap is the slimmest on record. And tightening labor market since 2015 has also driven up wages of black workers, many of whom are employed in manufacturing and other historically middle and lower wage service industries. There is still much room for economic improvement for the nation's black community. And income gap with whites remains considerably higher than it was in 2000. With the median black household earning 35.5% less, but as we pay homage to Martin Luther King this week, the record low unemployment rate is a cause for celebration. It says President Trump has predictably taken credit for the good news, but kudos more likely should go to those states and metropolitan areas that have created and conditioned for black progress. The gains have not been evenly spread to determine where African Americans are faring the best economically. We evaluated American 53 largest metropolitan statistical areas based on three critical factors that we believe are indicators of middle class success: the home ownership rate as of 2016, entrepreneurship, and measured by the self-employment rate in 2017, and 2016 median household income. In addition, we added a fourth category, demographic trend, measuring the change in the African American population from 2010 to 2016 in these metro areas to judge how the community is voting with its feet. Each factor was given equal weight. Okay, y'all. So basically saying that we're doing real well in the metropolitan areas. And it says it's been the slimmest from us to the whites. Because we're gaining up on their ass. And some of them can't do the jobs that we do. And we're broadening our skills, and it's just gonna keep getting closer and closer and closer to us and the whites with the jobs. It said the South also rises. One of the great ironies of our time is that the best opportunities for African Americans now lie in the South, from which so many fled throughout much of the 20th century. In the past few decades, many good jobs have moved south, and black, like many whites and Hispanics, have followed. The South dominated the previous version of this ranking, developed through the Center of Opportunity urbanism 3 years ago, and still does. All of the top 10 metro areas are in the South, led in a tie for number one spot by Washington, D.C., VA, MD, WV in Atlanta, which was our previous leader. Washington, with its ample supply of well-paid federal jobs, is the metro area where blacks have the highest median household income in the nation, $69,246. Amid rising home prices, the black home ownership rate has dipped to 48.3% from 49.2%, but that's still fourth highest among the largest metro areas. Atlanta, with his historically black university and strong middle class, has long been described as the black capital of America, and its thriving entertainment scene has given rise to claim that it's become a cultural capital as well. Entrepreneurship is strong, with some 20% of the metro area's black working population self-employed, the highest proportion in the nation, and though median black household income is quite a bit lower than in the DC area at 48,161. Costs are lower too. And migration has slowed since the financial crisis, but the black population is still up 14.7% since 2010. So we're getting up there, y'all. We're steadily rising, steadily rising. We have to continue doing our best and keep learning and keep furthering our education and encourage your kids to be great. Always tell them that you're great. Always tell them that you're a king. Always tell them that you're royal. Always tell them that you're special. Always make sure that you love them. And always make sure you show them the best tools, and to always educate them on their history so they will know where they come from and they'll never forget their community. So I just want to drop this video, y'all, and I want y'all to have a good evening.